All right, hello everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Today is May 16, 2022. Today I want to talk about nutrition and specifically protein. It seems really apparent that many, if not most people, particularly older people, are not consuming nearly enough protein. The recommended dietary daily allowance for protein, now more and more people are coming out and saying that there should be a minimum amount and not a recommended amount. But even that, in many cases, many people are not getting that. And as we get older, we also don't absorb protein as much and we tend to consume less. I don't know if that's a matter of aging. I think part of it is we develop tastes for sweet foods and tasty foods, and sometimes we tend to go to them as our sort of first choice. And then when you go to that for the first choice, then by the time you get to the protein, you're already full. Because I ask people, well, just eat more meat. And I know for any vegetarians or vegan out there that you can get protein from other meat sources, although mini tangent here, if you are vegan or vegetarian, you need to be extremely meticulous in your food choices in order to avoid malnutrition, because meat is very forgiving because it's extremely nutrient dense. But for those who are doing that for moral reasons or whatnot, that's your choice, but you have to be really careful. But going back to protein in general, most people should be consuming about a gram of protein for every pound of body weight, or at least every pound of ideal body weight. If you're heavier than you want to be, you might want to think about what was the body weight that you'd like to be, and think about a gram of protein for that amount. And you should try to spread it, in most cases, throughout the day, 3 or 4 times. Now, for people who engage in intermittent fasting, even if you're spreading it out throughout your 8 or 10 hour window, most people, I think, and I reserve the right to be wrong on this, that's probably adequate as long as you're getting enough protein. And so if you weigh 160 pounds or whatnot, that's 160 grams of protein a day. If you split that up into 4 servings throughout the day, that's 40 grams per serving. Well, an egg, for example, has 8 or 9 grams, so that would be 4 eggs. As soon as you start to get into meat, chicken, even a 6-7 ounce chicken breast has, I don't know here, but probably anywhere from 40 to 70 grams of protein. Steak has all kinds of protein. Fish has all kinds of protein. But people will often say they get confused because you hear about things like cheese, nuts, peanut butter, and things like that as having protein. And it's true that they do, but typically they have less than most people think. Nuts primarily are high in fat. Cheese primarily are high in fat as well. Some exceptions, you look at a mozzarella cheese, if you get a low fat, it's at least half protein, that's a better choice. So when somebody says, well, I want to eat some protein, so I had a bagel with a bit of cream cheese on it for breakfast, or a bagel with some peanut butter, they're probably not consuming anywhere near 40 grams of protein. Now, interestingly, for many years, there was controversy. Muscle magazines would, of course, sell protein supplements and protein powders with all kinds of promises of, getting big muscles as a result of taking their protein supplement. And they were criticized, basically saying it was unnecessary. You could get all the protein you needed from your diet. And that is true if you think about it and you emphasize it, but most people are not. So a protein supplement can be helpful for a lot of people if you're able to make a smoothie, things like that, but absolutely not necessary. Things like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, eggs, even though the amount per egg is not the greatest, the quality of the protein is quite high. If you have egg whites, it's even more concentrated, but I do like to eat the whole egg because I think there's a lot of important nutrients in the yolk as well. The thing about protein is this, is if you're already getting enough, then eating more than that won't probably help, other than from the point of view that if you're getting your daily calories and you're eating more protein than you might need, but instead of, as a result of that, you're not eating other junk foods and you're still staying there. But other than that, once you get enough, then getting more is not going to make a difference. But if you're not getting enough, then I think there's some really serious things that can go on, because we atrophy, our muscles shrink as we get older naturally, and we have to really fight that on an ongoing basis as we get older. So, one of the ways that Stewart, forget his name now, from Master University, forget if Stewart is his first or last name, but he makes an analogy that picture a brick wall, where at one end of the brick wall, there's somebody putting on bricks, and at the other end, there's somebody taking them off. Well, our body is continually breaking down, protein breakdown, and then protein synthesis. And if we don't consume at least enough protein to make up for the amount of protein that's breaking down, so cells essentially that are dying through just use, muscle work that we do, just aging, things like that, cells tend to reproduce. What tends to happen if you're not getting enough protein in your diet, your body will go get the protein from other parts of your body. So long term, it can create a lot of issues health-wise. So emphasizing protein is important. Making sure you get enough is important. Things like branched chain amino acids can also be helpful. Leucine is one of the amino acids that is also recommended, particularly older adults, that they get at least 4.5 to 6 milligrams, or I guess that's grams, of this on a daily basis. Of course, once again, if you're eating a chicken breast, things like that, got all kinds of leucine, all kinds of meat, but also for people who may not be as diligent with that, and this is just, I'm not touting any brand here, it can be any brand that you like, but it can help. So anyways, that's all for today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye for now.